So we're going to start it off here. One of our listeners, Yoshi, and we're Facebook Live on this too, so if you want to check us out. So a few minutes ago, if you missed it or you just tuning in the show or whatever, so we were talking roommates, right? And we asked him if he lived in New York, and you have to have a roommate from hell, horror story. And he did. He's like, I didn't have roommates. We're like, I did not have roommates living in New York, not New York City, especially the Upper West Side. That's where my brother and his wife lived.
This guy's a baller, man.
I know, right? And they live in a shoebox with 4 people.
I know.
But he lived actually 2 blocks from my brother.
That's cool.
So you said 94 brother, right?
Yeah,
94
in Amsterdam. Yeah, so 3 blocks.
Right around the corner now.
Cool.
So okay, so the reason is because you did what for the celebrities? You were.
So I used to be a hairstylist to the rich and famous.
How about that?
That's cool, man.
So how did you get into that?
Well, so my dad owned a hair salon here in Holiday, Cami Hair, and so when I graduated from high school, he wanted me to follow his footsteps. So he actually shipped me out to London. At the time, Vidal Sassoon Hair School was arguably the best hair school in the world at that time. So after I graduated from cosmetology school out in London, he says, well, you can't come back to Salt Lake, you've got to go big. And so he shipped me out to New York City to become a hairstylist. And so that's why I lived out there for 19 years and had clients like Anderson Cooper, Matthew Broderick, Joan Osborne. You'd ask me to tell like a good story.
Yeah.
The way I got Matthew Broderick was Sex and the City 1, the movie, was coming out. And Sarah Jessica Parker told her husband, Matthew, you need to get a haircut. And so she called Anderson saying, I need somebody to give my husband a good haircut. Who cuts your hair?
Super close.
Oh, so is this.
Yeah, and so it was, so basically Anderson calls me and he's like, hey, just so you know, a friend of mine, I just referred you to a friend of mine, he'll be calling you later today. I was like, oh, that's great, thanks Anderson. And he's like,
you just thought at that point it was just probably a friend, maybe not anybody famous, but somebody maybe high profile,
correct.
Not like a famous person.
Correct, okay. Exactly. So he's like, okay, good, great. So just so you know, his name's Matthew Broderick. And so I was like, oh.
Like Ferris Bueller?
yeah.
Did you do the Bueller thing to him? Does 245 work for you? Bueller? Hello? So how was he? Was he cool?
He was really cool. Yeah, both of them were really cool. Anderson, I'd oftentimes go to the CNN office, studios, and he was really personal, for like 10 minutes. He would be like, how's your family? How's your sister? And then he would have this stack of papers he'd have to read for that night's show.
Right.
And so then he would basically put his head down for the rest of the haircut.
So he's got hair similar to mine as far as the short and gray. I would think.
Yeah.
How long were you spending on his hair? Because it doesn't sound like it would be that much time.
Probably a good 45 minutes.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just gonna.
He does have good hair, man. He's had good hair for years.
Yes, he does.
And
That's
it's
true.
you. It's because of you.
So did you say you went to his house too?
I would go to his house. I'd go to hotels. Sometimes he'd be flying in from doing a story in Afghanistan and then off to Louisiana to film something else. And so, ironically, sometimes he'd make a pit stop in a hotel, shower, clean, change, and then off he'd go again. So I'd meet him there,
right?
Just because he was always on the road. But most of the time it was in the CNN studios.
Nice. We had him on, remember, years ago on the phone, and we loved him. And he seems like, and just from watching him, he's a great interviewer and obviously knows his stuff, so he can be serious. But he seems to have a great sense of humor. I mean, does he? Did you get that?
Yes. Yeah, I definitely got that. I got it for about 10 minutes, but then that was about it.
That's hilarious. 10 minutes and then boom.
Yeah, exactly.
So what about, can you tell somebody that was maybe a horrible client, and maybe not say who it is, but give us a hint?
The most horror story I had was probably someone not famous. They brought in a haircut, just to set it up, they had hair like Johnny Depp. It was a little longer, and they brought in a picture of Brad Pitt when he had his head buzzed. I think for that movie Fight Game or what?
Fight Club.
Fight Club, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it was really buzzed. So he says, hey, I want this haircut. So I gave him that haircut, and he didn't say a word the whole haircut until I was done. And then he freaked out that it was super short. And I was like, this picture of Brad Pitt's super short. And I came to the conclusion he wanted to be Brad Pitt. He didn't want Brad Pitt's haircut.
Jim, that's the thing, I love that. I'm a beautician, not a magician.
So when you came back to Salt Lake, you just decided, you know what, I'm done with that career. and you started off with real estate, so you've been doing that.
Yes.
That's
yeah.
cool.
Oh, thank
So
you.
do you miss the hair thing at all?
You know, from time to time I do. I love the creativity of it.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of have a more artistic mind, and so from time to time I do miss creating
I bet.
styles and.
What about the biggest tip? What's the biggest tip? You don't have to say who it was from, but what's the biggest tip that you ever got?
Probably I think it was $80.
$80?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I think it'd be more than that. Come
Yeah,
on,
especially in
Anderson.
New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, your mom is Gloria Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
Anderson is Gloria Vanderbilt. You can't do better than $80?
Right.
Millions in CNN, dude.
Like 800 would be nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I know, but I'm
Yeah.
just saying, right?
Yeah, I'm at your hotel room and you're naked. This is awkward. It's funny when you walked in. I'm like, you got good hair.
That's exactly what she said. And then it turns out that it was a hairstylist to the stars. All right, so
Yeah.
Hollywood Sleeves again is brought to you by Best Foods Creamy Spinach Dip. So we've got some more sleeves here.
Gosh, that sounds good. Okay, so Demi Lovato's house is in danger, and we talk about this a lot of houses up on the hill with the mudslides. So it's in the Hollywood Hills, and I guess it was red tagged on Monday night because the house above it got affected by the recent storms, and so they're saying that that is causing the mudslide into Demi's driveway.
Oh.
Now the house and the hillside, I guess, can possibly both slide into Demi's house, and pretty much it's going to be destroyed.
Okay, as a realtor,
Destroyed.
Yoshi, wouldn't you looking out for your client, wouldn't this be something that kind of could be the potential? You're knowing that area, right? That
Yeah.
could potentially be, especially out there. They had to have known that this could maybe in the next year or 2 or 6 months or next week be in that kind of zone, no?
You know, there's a lot of indications that can give you good ideas if that's something you might want to get tested.
Yeah.
And especially if you're spending $9 million, was it?
8.3.
8.3 million on a home.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of tests you can do, home inspections
Right,
and all
like
that stuff.
and
but-
geological tests,
Exactly,
right? And having
yeah.
somebody come out and like survey the land for that.
Exactly.
And she just bought this in September, hasn't even moved in, and it's going to be demolished. It won't be anything but a piece of, will just be mud.
Oh my
Yeah, it's
gosh.
pretty messed up. And then I've got a picture on today's sleeves page at 971zht.com, keyword sleeves, and it's the Disick. So it's basically Kourtney Kardashian, Scott Disick, and their 3 kids. So I had heard, and they just got back from Costa Rica, and I had heard that...
Did they need a vacation from, taking a vacation,
Yes.
a lifelong vacation?
Because their lives are stressful.
Mhm.
It's stressful being rich and beautiful and famous. So they, decided to kind of work things out. And of course, Courtney's taking it slow because she doesn't really trust Scott. She got trust issues with him because he's cheated before. He's got, he's an alcoholic. He's got a lot of baggage. And so they go to Costa Rica, have a nice time. They come back, and he's all over some chick in Miami already. So what is up with that?
Who knows, man?
Ah, gosh.
Who knows? I don't even know why he went. I mean, to be there for your kids, that's one thing. But to go back to her, why did you go back to that
Courtney's
family?
fine.
Is she?
Yeah, she's great.
So is that her there, dressed up
Yeah.
like she's in a bike gang?
She might have a new bike. We don't know.
How do you feel about the Kardashians? What if one of them wanted a haircut from you? Would you be like, I don't think so. I've got Anderson Cooper coming, and he's not really listening to her haircut. What are your thoughts on the Kardashians?
Oh man, genius marketers.
Yeah, you gotta give them that.
Yeah.